2024 is not over yet, not at all. I know some of you may be listening to me right now. Okay, what do you mean it's not over yet? It's August. I don't really have much time left to accomplish the goals that I set out to accomplish at the start of the year. Now, I know some of you have probably written off the year already, even though we're in August. Some of you may be thinking, well, the goals that I have appear to be insurmountable as far as achieving them, are concerned, or at least for this year anyway. There are some people who may just be strolling along, nicely through 2024 with no real sense of purpose and direction, and it's just another year as usual, and anything goes, whatever will be, and that is exactly what will be anyway for you. Now, if you're someone who genuinely wants to do more, wants to achieve certain goals, there are certain things you want to take off the list this year before we step into 2025, then this little discussion is for you. So just stay tuned. We're going to look at some of the things that you can start doing straight away in order for you to make a bit more time, make a bit more use of the time that you have left. Now, first of all, we still, as of today, the 13th of August 2024, we still have 140 days left of this year. We have 20 weekends left of 2024. That translates to over 3,360 hours. Over 3,360 hours of 2024 for you to be able to do the things that you need to do. Another thing that is also important to bear in mind is that the year does not end just because you step into the month of December. So it doesn't end December the 1st. I know for some people, as soon as December the 1st comes along, they switch straight away into holiday zone. 1st of December. December is the month of holidays. Okay, great. For some others, it may be the 20th. For some others, the year ends on the 24th of December. However, the year, if you actually check the calendar, the year ends on the 31st of December, and 31 days is still a lot of time to be able to get certain things done. You could get so much accomplished within 31 days. If you are mission oriented, if you're goals driven, if you're action oriented, there is still a lot of action you can pack within 31 days. So I don't think you should write the year off just yet. So some of you may have had the goal, a goal of achieving a certain weight, and right now, as of today, when you jump onto the scale is saying, nope, we still got some time. We've still got some ways to go. For some, it may be a book that you set out to write this year. There is still time to be able to do that. There's a reason why I also included the number of hours we have left in 2024. Why did I do that? Well, very simple. Because if we, the greater we're able to break down our time, the more strategic we become as far as the way we use our time is concerned. So what do I mean? Like I stated, we have 140 days left. All right. Now, someone may be thinking, oh, okay, well, that's still plenty of time. I can still push it. I can still push it further down the line. However, if you're hours oriented, if you're hours oriented, it causes you to be focused on the day, on daily activities as opposed to weekly activities. All right. So let me give you an example. Someone can get a lot more done if for example, they dedicate 10 hours, 10 hours, 10 hours within a particular week. So they may decide, okay, I'll give just over an hour a day to this particular goal, to making sure that this goal is accomplished. Now, if you're taking it in bits, all right, and you're able to dedicate 10 hours within that particular week across, say, 4 weeks, you can get a lot more done, because that's obviously 40 hours. You can get a lot more done within 4 weeks than someone who is given perhaps just 2 hours a week over 10 hours, which is 20. Okay, so it is important for us to focus on the hours. I like to focus on on how many hours I will need to accomplish something, more than I will when it comes to more than how many days I have left. All right, because someone may have 20 days, I may have 4 days, and still be able to get more done within 4 days than the other person with their 20 days. So it's not just that it's not just the days, but it's what you're able to do within those days. Don't forget, we have 24 hours within a day. Of course, you know that. Now, we have different goals. For some, it may be a project. Right, it may be a project that you set out to start in 2024. It could be a business, it could be a charity, some kind of an initiative, whatever it may be. You need to start looking at. You need to identify how many hours you're going to need to get that goal accomplished. For some, it could be a new language. You never know. It could be a new language. How many hours will be required for you to be able to learn that new language? So it's just something for you to think about. But very important, December ends 31st, not the 1st. All right. I just want us to look very quickly at 7 things that we could do right now from this very moment, in order for us to at least take advantage of the time that we have left of the year. So the first thing is for you to reassess your goals. Look back at your goals, the goals you set at the start of the year, and start and reorder them. All right, in order of priority, in order of importance, because not all goals have the same level of importance. Of course, you know this. So not every goal has the same level of importance. It's important for you to identify which ones must be accomplished in 2024, and then there may be some that, okay, yes, because of the time left, you may have to push them further into 2025. But the reason why you have to reorder them and make sure that you focus on the most important bits first, is that it is better to accomplish the bigger goals, the bigger objectives, because oftentimes these bring the greater, sense of achievement. Okay. And oftentimes these are things that we're able to build on. All right. And so, focus on I would definitely say focus on the most important things first. All right, and give maximum attention to those things. Start identifying how many hours will be required to get that particular goal, accomplished. Now, also identify the required resources. Before we get to that one, you need to figure out also what things are within your control, and also those things that are outside of your control. And obviously focus a lot more on the things that are within your control. All right. The next thing is to establish a plan. establish a plan. So first you reassess your goals, establish a plan to fulfill each one of your goals, or at least the ones that that after your assessment you identify you can do within 2024. So how many hours will you need to accomplish them? That is part of it. What resources will I need? You need to figure that out as well. Sometimes you may find that borrowing may be the most advantageous option, at least for now, for this time that we are in order for you to get a goal ticked off. If that's what you need to do, you do that. You may need to get into a partnership. You may need to partner with someone else. If that's what you need to do, you do that, which takes me into relationships. What are the kind of relationships that you need? What kind of networks do you need to be, involved in for you to be able to accomplish that goal? Also, what are the prerequisite actions that are needed for you to be able to accomplish certain goals? For example, you may need to enroll on a course or a program for you to have a certain skill set to be able to accomplish a certain goal. It's very important when you're enrolling on courses, programs, and so on, to be very driven by your goals, by your objectives, and so on. And not just because, you want to have something that looks good on your CV, because having something that just looks good on your CV may not necessarily move you towards your goal. It may rather, move you away, or just, basically stagnates you and cause you to basically be exactly where you were before you enrolled on that course. So before you enroll on certain courses, programs as well, you have to do your due diligence, give attention to it, make sure that it's actually exactly what you need. Another thing, definitely figure out what your prerequisite actions are. You also need to plan your days as well. You need to figure out, okay, so what things do I need to start changing? What are the habits? What new habits do I need to form in order for me to be able to accomplish this goal or these goals? All right. So very important to bear that in mind also. The third thing that I will say, for now, of course, so many things, but I believe that these are very, very important ones, and perhaps more urgent ones. The third one is be mindful of distractions. Okay. Minimize distractions. The word distraction comes from two words, of course, dis, and then you've got traction. So traction is basically, like a force that basically moves us towards what we actually want, what we actually desire. So in this case, it could be your goal to write a book. It could be your goal to read a certain number of books before the year ends. It could be your goal to start a charity. It could be your goal to accomplish a certain weight figure, like whatever it may be, a certain, level of fitness, whatever it may be. But, traction moves you towards it. Distraction moves you away from the goal. All right, it moves you away. So every single day, there are two forces at play as far as your goals are concerned. Traction and distraction. I like what Nir Eyal said. So he's the author of Indistractable. I recommend that book. Brilliant read. So he says, any behavior that happens at a time it's not scheduled is a distraction, even if it feels good. I'll repeat that. Any behavior that happens at a time it's not scheduled is a distraction. So if it's not scheduled, so if within a day, say today, you didn't schedule to go and visit someone, all right, and you just moved by impulse and you just went to visit that person. If it wasn't scheduled, then that is in fact a distraction. All right, so it's something to bear in mind. If it wasn't scheduled in your day, that becomes a distraction. So it's important, for us to strategically schedule our days. All right, in order for us to minimize our distractions. And it's one of the reasons why I like to focus more on hours and not just days. Okay, so if I'm hours oriented, then that means today, okay, I'm awake now, fine. Okay, how many hours do I have left within the day? Okay, so what will I need to do within the next hour and the hour after that, and so on. I will be able to go into a lot more details on distraction. This is, arguably one of the biggest obstacles to people fulfilling their goals. It's true. Distractions. We have so many gadgets around us today, and when used properly, they can be of tremendous advantage. However, many of them, such as mobile phones, television, and so on, can actually move us away from our goals. Distraction. So, speaking of that, I've decided to do a mini webinar of sorts at the end of this month, the 27th of August, 2024, at 8 p.m. British Standard Time, BST. And I will be taking a deeper dive into the subject of distraction. So we're going to be looking at the root cause of distraction. We're also going to be looking at ways by which we can schedule our days more efficiently, right? So that we're able to minimize distraction, so that we can we can reflect more traction towards our goals. We're also going to look at how to overcome the triggers of distraction. Very important. So the greater your awareness of distraction, the better you will be able to manage them, which will in turn, produce a greater level of productivity within each day, that you go through. So, on the 27th of August, 2024 at 8 p.m. British Standard Time, we're going to be taking a greater dive. It's going to be free, and we're going to be putting out some more details on our social media between now and then. So keep an eye on that, which is a perfect time to say this. If you haven't subscribed to our channels, please do so. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, on Instagram as well, and even on LinkedIn. So follow us there. You'll be able to get some more information about it. And that is the time we have for today's discussion. Just stay tuned. Hope to see as many of you as possible on the 27th. All right, and we'll be back with Impact Nuggets again shortly. All right, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your week. My name is Nat King. Bye bye.